farmers, and welcome back to No Man's Land. Month of June is here, which is a really good time to sell furniture and planks. And let me tell you about the sawmill. I am happy with the sawmill. That thing is spitting out planks faster than I thought it would. But yes, we're in the month of June, and the T6 is struggling to haul 10,000 liters of furniture down here to the farm shop to be sold. I got so many planks, and well, this is all the furniture we have. I don't say this is all the furniture we have. This is going to be about 20, let's see, we got 10,000? Yeah, it's going to be like 21, 22 grand right here in furniture. And I probably got the same amount in planks, even though the planks sell for half as much. But the sawmill is spitting out planks really, really fast. I'm glad I put enough wood into it after last episode to this episode. I had about 35,000 liters of wood in each, the furniture factory and the sawmill. And yeah, the sawmill, I was just actually really, really shocked at how much it's putting out. Anyways, I gotta come over here and fill up some diesel fuel into our T6 because the fuel level is getting kind of low once again. So let's go ahead and pump some diesel fuel in here. So I've been kind of clearing out some trees, as you would expect, over by the farm for future expansion. I'm trying to see what my next step is going to be, and I think, you know, the game's going to kind of, I don't want to say force my hand, but it's going to pretty much tell me what direction we need to go into next. There is a pretty big tease in the sales shop today. It's the 7R John Deere, only because, you know, I could upgrade it to a 388 horsepower, but unfortunately it's out of my price range. I'm looking at a bigger tractor for the future because the baler I'm looking at to get, which is the modded one from Stevie, does require a good amount of horsepower. The seed drill that I want to use requires more horsepower than what we have. So, in the distant future, I say distant future, who knows how long it's going to be before we get there, but we're definitely going to need a tractor with a little bit more oomph behind it. Something with, you know, maybe 400 horsepower in that general area would be very, very good. So I got about maybe 3 trips down to the farm shop as well with planks. I cannot sell planks at the supermarket, which, you know, why would you? But that's not an option. I could bring some planks over to have a seat, but like I said, I got plenty of wood. I can just keep shoving wood in to have a seat, and just take the planks from the sawmill and bring it on down to sell it, because money is the name of the game. And I know a lot of people have been commenting since I mentioned I know where the cartridges are for the money, and everyone says, well, just go get it. It's $1 million. Yeah, I realize that, but we're not going to do that. Besides, if I wanted $1 million, I could just cheat the $1 million in that way, but we're not going to do that. I think the only time I really did go around and do the collectibles, I think I did it in 15 for sure. 17, I definitely did it. 19, I don't remember if I did or didn't. I pretty much stopped doing it then. Just because, you know, it's just not my style currently. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it if you choose to do it. It's up to you, but well, we're not going to be doing that here in No Man's Land. So you're about to turn the corner and see how many pallets of planks that we do have. Wood chips, I don't think we got 1,000 liters of wood chips yet. But yeah, these planks over here are pretty impressive. For, let's see, we started putting them down in April, right? So May. So this is like 2.5 days, or quote unquote 2.5 months worth of planks. But if we come over here, you can see I do have a good amount of wood in here. I'm down to 22,000 liters of wood, so it's going through the wood pretty quick. And yeah, 700 liters of wood chips. So I'm going to start loading up these planks. Yeah, I'm still having some problem with the pallet forks. Not putting the pallets on the forks themselves, but I get sometimes like halfway over, and all of a sudden the pallet just goes flying into no man's land, basically. So yeah, I'm kind of doing this now because I'm tired of going fetch for the planks. And in the future, you know, I probably will have an autoloader. I did try some autoloaders since last episode, and I found a couple that are working just fine. Apparently, a lot of the autoloaders that are out there, they require a script mod as well. So you just can't get the autoloading trailer. You got to get the script for it as well for it to work. So if you're out there getting autoloaders and they're not working, you may have to download a script modded by someone. I forgot who. But apparently that's what we need to do now to get the autoloaders to work. Just an FYI. I did try 3 autoloaders and they were all working rather well with all the planks here that we got. Not the planks, pallets. Pallets. So I'm going to see how much I can stuff on this trailer and see how my T6 handles it. It seems like my T6 is not like over 9,000 liters worth of pallets. So, let's see, that's 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, at first I was kind of doing it with the pallet forks. I was having some issues, but not a lot. But lately I'm having it to where I say half the time I get it, the pallet's almost on the trailer, and it just goes flying. So, yeah, probably going to be doing it by hand a little bit here and there. But anyways, let's go on down to the farmer's shop, or farm shop. Sell some planks, and I'll show you what they are selling for. I don't think I showed you what the furniture was selling for. Furniture was selling for $21.62. The price at the supermarket is getting close to it, but currently the farm shop was the best. And right now the farm shop is offering $13.83, so the price is better than I thought it was. So let's go sell some planks, get all these sold because the money is looking really good. And then we're going to start working around the farm a little bit. And I think we're going to make a path from the farm over to the sawmill, because I make that path quite a bit. It's nice to start getting maybe some roads in here. Alright, our first load of planks. So I'm going to get more money for the planks than I originally said I would, because I thought they were going for like just over 1,000, but 1,300 per. Hit a little bit of bump there. So 9,000 liters is going to bring me in, wow, 12,458 bucks. And I got a couple more trips to make. So, let's see, that'll get me up to 90. I might get up to $100,000 today with the couple more trips I got to make. Well, I miscalculated how many pallets of planks I had. I only have one more trailer load, but still, going to get us around up to $90,000, which is rather nice. Save that money because we're going to need it here in a couple days. Because tomorrow, which will be July, I think our wheat fields will be ready for harvest. So we're going to go ahead and lease another harvester and a header, of course, and then we have to get to work on transforming the fields on over. So I think we're going to spend a little bit of that cash today anyways. I think we're going to go put down our lime production, get that up, well, we'll put down the lime production anyways, the stone crusher. I am going to need to lease a bucket or buy a bucket. Probably go ahead and buy a bucket because in the future we are going to have a silage pit. So the bucket's going to come in handy for sure. But right now I'm going to go back, drop off the trailer. I think I'm going to leave the pallet forks on here because I need to go take out the pallets that are at the greenhouse just so that I can store a little bit more, because tomatoes, we're not going to sell the tomatoes hopefully until the fall. So I got a few more months before that happens. The price of tomatoes right now are usually at the lowest, so we'll wait until fall for that. Hopefully while I take out these tomatoes, none of them go flying, but if they do, and then I'll just be Superman for a couple seconds and pick them on up. Let's go ahead and take them out of the trigger area, that way we can store some more. Gently. I have topped off the greenhouse with some water, so that should be good for a little while. I kind of pushed that crate a little bit too close here, so I'm going to bring this one and put it here. So yeah, an autoloader in the future, definitely going to be something I do on this map, just because if we're going to be doing all the production buildings, that's a lot of pallets to be moving around. But what we're probably going to do when we start getting them up and going is we're not going to do all the productions all at the same time. So steady, steady. That's going to go flying, aren't you? It's kind of spazzing out on the forks. But eventually I won't be doing as much furniture or planks. We'll be getting into like making flour and bringing that to the bakery to make bread. All that kind of stuff. I'll admit I'm not the best with the pallet forks, so you can say, oh, that's the way you're doing the pallet forks. Yeah, no kidding. That's part of the problem. I'm doing pallet forks. Alright, that's good enough. We got the work done. Although, I'm just going to go ahead and just do that there. What are those? 500 liters, so we got 3,000 liters of tomatoes currently. Not too bad. I think the next thing I'm going to do, because if we come over here to the chickens, we now have 201 chickens, and you can see the eggs are starting to pile on up. These eggs here, no, I cannot pick up the eggs. Cannot pick up the eggs. I thought the eggs before were 200 kilograms. They may have changed that, or I'm just misremembering, is what I think I'm doing here. But they are getting some eggs over here. I think this will hold 6,000 liters, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. But I'm going to come over here and give them some barley, is what we're going to do. So I do need my trailer. So let's go hitch up to that. Just because the next couple of days is going to be rather busy around here with the harvest going on. And then I'll be taking care of the fields. I'm going to plow the fields because plowing the fields does keep the weeds away. I'm trying to figure out if I want to lease a different combine harvester than what we had last time, just to mix it on up. You know what? I'm just going to put all 8,000 liters that I can in here. It's not going to take it at the chicken coop, but at least I'll have it. And pretty soon here I will show you how many trees I have cut down. And eventually I do need to get that tree mulcher back in there, because driving out of there with a trailer full of logs and hitting a stump and the trailer goes bouncy bouncy, not always the greatest. Yeah, I do know, and I have mentioned before, that mod that is on the Giants mod hub, to where the chainsaw can cut up the tree stumps, but we're going to go ahead and do it with the tree mulcher. Okay, are you going to take all? Okay, that took a lot more than I thought you were going to take, honestly. Now it's taking 10,000 liters. Did they increase that? Or is that part of the mod that Stevie did? Either way, let's go ahead and dump the excess barley back into here. Now, I've been trying to figure out where to put our stone crusher to make lime, because now that I know that these silos only hold capacity no matter what you put in there, I'm probably going to put some extensions on here eventually. But I think I'm going to put down the stone crusher where originally I said I was going to put it. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go in here, construction, and I think I might be standing too close. I hope not. Production all the way. No, it's not all the way down. Is it all the way down? No, it's not all the way down. Where are you? Right here. Yeah, I'm kind of in the way of it. So I'm trying to figure out, do I want to empty on that side? Yeah, I'm in the way too much here. Let's back on up. Let's try that again. Productions, and it's somewhere. There it is. Okay, so where do I want to? Do I want to rotate it? All right, the fields are on that side. Let me line up here, because that way I can see it better. Let's do it like this. Give myself a little bit of space back there. 10,000. Alright, we got ourselves our stone crusher. So this is where we bring our stones, which are currently right there. I think we got like 6,300 liters worth of stones right now. So those will go in here. Give us a whole bunch of lime, hopefully. That's the plan. So when we plow the fields this year, we got those rocks and those rocks to put in. And hopefully maybe put some lime on the fields before we plant this year. And get our extra 15% or so. So the bucket is not too expensive. I think brand new is just $1,200 or so. But we don't need it just yet, so who knows? We'll hold off onto it. It might come up for sale. You never know. Don't buy it until you absolutely need it with the sales that go on. Now I need to move the water tanker, because I want to get to the plow, because I want to make, or at least start making, another field today. And this field that we will be making, it may not be this year where it actually is grass, I may actually plant some crop into it, but eventually, let's go ahead and move that right here. Eventually, the grass field is going to be for the sheep and the cows. Probably should take out the front end loader, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to be in my way too much. And I may have to bring the T6 on down to get it repaired at the farm shop. Am I close enough for that to attach? It says it is. There we go. Perfect. The wear on the T6 is starting to get a little bit. We're more than halfway, or halfway. When I hook up the plow, though, it showed me the plows needs to be repaired. Because we bought this on sale as well. It was used. So, probably needing them both fixed. But the workshop I want to put down, I think I showed it to you before. We're going to have to go back into construction, tools. Oh, it's only $9,000 for the tool shed. I don't know if it's cheaper. I haven't tried out since the 1.2 patch, so I don't know if it's cheaper for us to repair at our own shop or go down to the vehicle shop and get it repaired. In, I think the previous patch I did on Elm Creek, I think I found out it was cheaper to repair at your own workshop than doing it at the store. So this is the amount of trees I got cut down. It's kind of hard to see where the stumps are. Probably going to repaint the ground to just dirt like it is over there so I can see the stumps better. But yeah, what I want to do is I want to leave some trees between the chicken coop and over here. I'm going to cut all these trees out, and the sheep will go over here probably, and then the cows maybe somewhere over there, and the silage pit somewhere over there. But got more trees to cut on down. Let me just scooch out here. And this is where I want to put the grass field, right here in this nice flat area. I want to avoid the hill, just because that would just cause issues with equipment trying to harvest on that field being so far up there. But before I start in the field, the next thing we want to do, we're going to spend a little bit more cash, is we're going to make a road from the farm over to the sawmill, and then I can kind of figure out the new field boundaries from there. So let me go ahead and turn off the engine here, because I don't want to waste any diesel fuel. Alright, let me back up to here. I mean, this is going to be kind of like the main entryway, and we're going to find our way over to the sawmill. Back into construction, landscaping, painting. Do we just want dirt, not animal mud? I don't want asphalt. Definitely don't want asphalt. And I don't want gravel yet. We're not going to go the gravel route. So you think dirt would be cheaper than gravel, but it's not. Alright, let's go the dirt path. And I'm hitting all the wrong keys on my keyboard. Can't really see where the sawmill is at that distance at the camera angle, so it's kind of that way. Alright. Oh, there we go. If I scroll on down that way, that's a little bit better. Let's change it to a circle. I can kind of see my tire marks. From where I just was. Do I want to make it bigger? Kind of see what I'm shooting for here in a bit, because it's not going to be a prominent path. This is going to be a path to where you can see our tire marks going. Although I lost the tire marks that were here. Kind of going in a straight line. I don't want to do too much of it because the money is going down as we proceed here. Alright, that is part of the road. Now I'm going to back up. Hopefully my tire tracks are still here. And they are, which is good. So, I mean, it's just a rough road here, but it's something. Now, I thought about making a road from the sawmill and the furniture shop out to the main road, but when I do that, I think I'm going to make it a little bit more prominent. For now, this is going to do a little bit. I don't want to go crazy on the road just because it is costing me some cash, and yeah, we're not making that much yet to be spending it. I don't want to say foolishly, but it's something. At least we got something there. There we go. That's not too bad. It's a little bit of a pathway. I can live with that. Chickens can live with that. Alright, so you may be asking yourself, why actually make a grass field when you got grass everywhere? Because the yield will be actually higher. And like I said, I don't want to go around just mowing grass everywhere because we got grass everywhere. Let's see, how do I want to do this here? I want to make sure I leave myself some space next to the forest line for traveling up and down. The road is kind of there. Let me go ahead and turn on allow to create fields. It should be on. There we go. Let's just make a straight line. Like I said, in the future we can always come back, delete fields, add fields, move fields around. But this field is going to be rather on the big side. Like I said though, this year we may be planting some crop in it rather than grass, because I'm not going to lease a drill now to plant grass and hopefully get it cut in this year. I'm only going to lease the drill once for when we replant wheat or barley, which is in September/October. And then we'll plant all together. I may plant grass by then. That way next year it's ready to go. But we'll see when September rolls around what I choose to do. It's also going to determine how well the harvest is on the wheat this year, because we need that for the chickens, and the chickens are going to multiply really, really quick now, because the original 50 chickens that we got, they are reproducing 50 chickens every 2 months, and now the hatchlings they had not long ago, they're almost at mature age where they're going to produce 50 chickens every 2 months. And I just got a new set of 50 chickens, I think this month, so in about 6 months they'll start reproducing 50 chickens every month, but we will max out at 650. This is where we're going to bring the field to, because the hill starts to get a little steep there. I'm not sure what I want to do with these hills yet, if anything. I was hoping I was going to delete that bush. So hopefully we'll get a lot of rocks this year, because I definitely want to get the stone crusher up and going, get some lime being made, so we can put the lime down in our fields. The grass field, if it's the same way as it was in Elm Creek, I can actually get by putting the lime down before the grass. I can actually plant the grass. I'm saying this as it was before 1.2. I'm hoping I can put the lime down after I plant the grass, because I was able to do that on Elm Creek. And the reason I decided to put the grass field here, because like I said, on the other side of these trees here, eventually I'm going to have like a little pathway going in here. That's where the sheep and the cows are going to be. So the cows require hay and of course silage, which is all being made from grass. And of course the sheep do prefer grass and hay as well. So we'll have a lot of production of grass going on around here. But before, it's going to be a little while before we get to the cows. But I do hope at some point start making some silage maybe. We'll see how it all goes money-wise. And at the same time, I also want to slowly try to pay off the loan as well. I think what I'm going to do before we skip to the winter, so basically after we take care of our fields with planting and whatnot, I'm going to take some cash and pay off the loan if I got cash, depending on how much we got, and then hopefully when springtime comes, we'll have enough money to buy maybe something that we need. But with the sawmill up and going, the sawmill is making the planks a lot faster than I originally thought it was going to, so that's a definite help. And of course the chickens are going to be making eggs a lot faster. So we're going to have plenty to sell here by the end of the year and by next spring. We got a long ways to go before we actually really start expanding the farm. We got a lot of equipment to buy, some production buildings I would like to get going as well. But I think getting some equipment here on the farm rather than leasing all the time. I'm not a fan of leasing, but the way we're doing it here in No Man's Land, we maxed out our loan at $200,000, and I'm not going to borrow any more money, so I'm going to pay off some of the loan. I can't go back in and borrow more money. I'm going to behave myself on that, and that's kind of hard for me to do. I like spending some cash. This is where getting a second tractor in the future and being able to hire a worker to do this kind of stuff would be rather nice. Because if I go the route the way I want to currently, instead of buying weed, what's that called there? I can't remember what it's called. Rather than herbicide and also weed. Well, it's just called the weeder. Okay. Rather than just doing that, if I can plow every year, because by plowing, one, I won't get weeds. Two, I'll get the rocks for lime. But it does take quite a bit amount of time to do so. We only got currently 3 fields. This will be our 4th. So, yeah, in the future, getting a second tractor and hiring a worker, then I could be in another tractor doing whatever else I need to be doing. I think what we're going to do here pretty soon is just drop off the plow. And I'm actually going to go to the store and buy the bucket for the front end loader here. And we're going to put the rocks in that we have and get the lime production up and going. Don't worry about the trees that are currently in the field. They're not going to stay here. I will be cutting those down with a chainsaw, and of course when we get the tree mulcher, we'll be coming over here and taking care of the stumps, get rid of them. I just want to go ahead and make sure we only got like what, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 trees to get rid of. They're all kind of small, so not that big of a deal. Those will be chopped up and long gone before we put whatever we're going to put in here this season and into next season. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how I want to approach this field as of yet. Like I said, we'll wait until September, October-ish when we plant either wheat or barley over there in those 3 fields. Like I said, I want to see how the yield goes this year on those 3 fields. I would like to get into some bees as well, but you know, if I'm going to do bees, then you know, usually probably want to do canola, potato, and sunflower. Potatoes definitely are not something we're going to be getting to right away, because what you need to do potatoes is a little expensive. So I mean, I guess I could put down the canola because I could use the same header as I do for cereal crop to harvest that, but that would just be storing it and selling at the best time, because we're not going to put down the oil plant for a while, because as I saw in Elm Creek, the oil didn't really seem to be that profitable to get right into it, so we'll hold off on that for quite a bit. I mean, I would like to get the bees, but bees they're new to the base game, but they're not new to Farming Simulator. Bees have been around for quite a while, so it's not, to me, it's not that new and interesting. I mean, the bees, yes, you just gotta buy the bees, put them on down, and that's basically it. You just gotta make sure that you empty out their honey every now and then so they keep on producing it. But if you are going to be heavy into canola, sunflower, and potatoes, bees will definitely help you out, because they will up your production quite a bit. So I'm going to finish the rest of this field later on. I'm going to drop off the plow, go back to the farm, drop off the pallet forks, go on down to the store. We'll grab ourselves a new bucket for the front end loader here. Come on back, let's pick up those rocks, let's put them into our lime production stone crusher and actually start producing some lime, because that way, who knows, if a deal comes up, or if I collect enough rocks and produce enough lime, I may even lease a lime spreader and get the cereal crop fields over there taken care of. That way we get an extra 15%, and those fields should be good for 3 years, because it's good for 3 harvests, I think. It should be. So if they're good for 3 harvests, 1 harvest per year, it's good for 3 years. So at first, yeah, we're going to be kind of short on the lime production. But being able to stockpile it after we put lime down, we got 3 years worth of rocks to pick up, crush. Then we should have enough lime by the time we need it next time. And hopefully by then, maybe even have... Nope, that's got to stay down if you want to decouple it there, Peanut. Keep it on down. Decouple that. Alright, let's go back and drop off the pallet forks. Now I may have to turn off manual attach on the pallet forks because those can be a little tricky to get off, I think. Nope, they popped right off for me. Alright, so let's head on down to the store and get ourselves a bucket. The only bucket currently available. I have not looked at any mod hub sites. Oh yeah, let me just try this road. I'm already on it, but it looks like I got the distance for the wheels just about right. Now, that'll be a first, because I tried that a couple times in 17, and I made the middle way too wide. But currently, that looks like to be not too bad here. So now we got a nice little path going over to the sawmill. That works out rather well. Now, I also will be putting down fences in the future, but right now, currently, yeah, I just don't want to be spending money on something. I mean, I would like to have the fences down, but yeah, we don't need the fences as of yet. I need the money for other things. Yeah, making a path from here on out to the main road. How far is it to the main road, we say? I don't know. We kind of got a path here already. Alien Jim kind of gave us one a little bit. If you go up into the sky, if you were able to fly, you go up to the sky. If you look down, you can kind of see where some paths were before. I do see the main road. The main road is out here quite a bit. In Farming Simulator 19, I did No Man's Land. I had a big sheep pasture here. Very, very big. I don't remember how many sheep it held. But they made plenty of wool for us. That's for darn sure. Now, something else I thought about doing here on No Man's Land, because I did it on Green Mountain Forest in 19. Green Mountain Forest is nothing but a forestry mat that we were making in town. I kind of made my own traffic for that. I'm not sure I'm going to do it here. It worked out fine in Green Mountain Forest, but there was a lot of work. Basically, I just set the cars on course play. And I don't know why I'm going to the store, but we'll come in here and see what Sally's up to. She going to disappear. And Sally's going to stay here today. How nice of you. We need an all-butt bucket loader. I know it sounds kind of weird to say that, but I think that's what it is. Front loader tools. And that's the only bucket here. Yeah, this bucket down here is 15,500. But it only holds 2,300 liters. So, $1,600 for 1,000 liters. You do hold stones, right? Yes, you do. Okay, so we're all set there. Okay, so I can't change anything. Let's go ahead and buy that. Yes, yes. Another thing I was kind of curious about. Sally's spazzing out. She hasn't had her coffee yet for a while, probably. I'll leave you alone with your coffee. I was kind of curious when I was thinking about leasing things. I was like, can you use the used vehicles section? So the 7R, which is on for sale, you come in here, and no, you cannot lease that equipment. So I was like, that'd be great if you could lease equipment that's on sale, because then technically the leasing price won't be as much either. But yeah, that's what you get. Doesn't happen. Now 7R would be a nice addition to the farm, but kind of out of our price range currently. Alright, I was able to detach the pallet fork, and this is kind of the same problem I had with the manual attach on this here. I thought it was going to be just like it was in 19, but yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, so what do you have to do to get those actually on? Where is that setting? You can actually turn it on and off. If you come on down here, manual attach, you can turn it back off. And if I come back in here... Nope. Hang on a second. Let me back up. Alright, there was a way I did it. Hang on a second. I'll figure it out. Alright, so I remember what I did now because it took me a minute to figure it out. You can actually leave manual attach on, so I know some people have said, oh yeah, this is a problem with the manual attach with the front end loader stuff. So when you want to detach it, make sure, if you look in the upper left hand corner, make sure your selection tool is on the bucket. So I detach it. The problem was when I was trying to hook it back up, I was still on the front end loader. If I put my selection tool on the tractor and manual attach it, it goes right on. So that's with manual attach still activated, so you can always keep it on. I was trying to remember how I did it. I think that was like the first episode, but then I was having a whole bunch of trouble because I did not know they reset the key bindings to everything, and my SATEC side panel and steering wheel were all screwed up. Oh, and by the way, someone did ask in a recent comment as well, does the SATEC side panel work with the Xbox? I don't play on console, so I cannot answer that. So if anyone knows the answer to that, just reply down below if it does or does not work with it, because I do not know. And while I'm on the topic of comments, I should also say this, because I've said it a few times. Sometimes I think I say it too much. But as for the way I make my videos, I know some people said, I left a comment in the last episode and you're still doing it. As I'm recording this episode, the previous episode has not gone live yet. It takes me a while to upload videos with my potato internet, so I have to upload them the day before. So I'm always one episode ahead, so if you leave a comment like in this episode, I probably won't reply or respond to that comment in the video until 2 episodes from now. So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, it's just the way it is. If I ever get good internet out where I live, that'll be fantastic. And that will answer another question. When are you going to do a live stream? I could live stream with the internet I have, but it'll be watching like TV back in 1980. I'd be watching at 360p. That's the best my internet can handle. And then people said, well, why don't you just upgrade your internet? Again, I have the best internet available in my area where I am. That's what you get for living out in the sticks. But I like living out in the sticks. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So I'll finish making that field in between episodes. I'll cut down the trees, but I won't be leasing the tree mulcher until I don't know when. Alright, so hopefully we can pick up these rocks. Hopefully there's not a problem here, or else I just got a pile of rocks. Oh, we're picking them up. We're good. 1,000 liters of rocks in the front end, okay for the T6 with no weight in the back. Alright, so now can I... Let me save the game because I'm going to try to put it in on top, but I think I can just dump it here. First we'll just dump it here and see if it just disappears, which it does. I'm afraid to, you know, I'm just going to dump it there. I was going to put it in the top to be more realistic, but if it doesn't know that it's there and it just falls through, then I'm going to have a pile of stone underneath our rock crusher. So we'll just put it in the way he kind of wants us to. Alright, so now since this is a quote-unquote production, this is going to be in here, right? Yes, it is. I do believe that's German. I cannot read that, but I'm pretty sure that says lime production or stone crusher, or I have no idea. So for every liter of stone we put in, we are going to get 1 liter of lime out. So that is pretty darn good. Let's go ahead and activate that. So we are going to have a cycle of 24. Production cost a month is $960. Ouchie, ouchie. That is kind of expensive, but it is what it is. Yeah, the one that's on the Giants Mod Hub that I originally was looking at, it made like $1,250 a month with the solar panels on it. But is that going to save me actually money? Because I was looking at some pricing about some lime, and I do believe... I don't know what the cost is. The farm shop does sell lime, and it's rather cheap, I think. So I'd probably be better off just actually maybe buying the lime with the farm shop. Might be cheaper, but you know what? We're going to try this out, give it a go. In the short run is going to be kind of expensive, $1,000 a month to run that. But I just have to remember to turn it off if I don't have enough rocks for it. In the long run, you know, our farm's going to be making a whole bunch of cash with everything we got going here. So we're only going to have 6,000 liters of lime, which sounds like a lot. But in Farming Simulator, it's not a lot at all. Because you're going to burn through the line rather quickly. Alright, so hopefully when I get done here, we got about 6,300 liters. It's kind of weird with the bucket. I'm also noticing I'm pushing the rocks around. I don't know if that's new to 22. Because usually when you have a pile on the ground you're picking up with a bucket, usually it doesn't push it around. Usually you just pick it up and the pile kind of stays there. And you drive over it. This might be a new way of doing it. Alright, so is this going to be 6,825 liters we got in there? That way I know I got all the rock off. 6,500, so we already... It's producing the lime rather quickly. Cycles per month. I'm not really understanding what the cycles are per month. Well, how much is a cycle? So is it one... So if it's 24 cycles a month, and I'm playing 1 day a year, so that's 1 cycle an hour? So what does that equal? Is that a cycle? So is it going to cycle 2,000 liters of rock? So in 3 hours, a little over 3 hours, this will be done. Maybe. That's the way I'm understanding it. Well, either way, we got ourselves the rock crusher today with the lime production. Got ourselves a bucket as well. We sold a whole bunch of furniture. The sawmill is making planks a lot faster than I thought it would. We got ourselves a path now, a little bit of a road path. Where is it? Here it is. Going from the farm over to the sawmill. And we are now making a 4th field, which eventually might be, in the long run would be grass. But I might be planting a crop in it so we can go ahead and sell it next season. Bring a little bit more money in, because I don't really need the grass yet. But if the money comes in good, and we can maybe start making some silage in the future, then definitely go ahead and plant grass. And then we'll start making some silage. Money-wise, let's go ahead and look. I think I've done this once before, but let's go in here. And we're going to have to look to see exactly how much it's going to cost to put down a silo bunker. Well, I can go with the cheapest one for 25. Can I see? That's actually a decent size silo bunker right there. So 25,000 for a silo bunker. And then the next thing I would need... yeah, I'm in the wrong page. You need to go here... a forage wagon. So I can get by with the cheapest one at 30,000. So we'll just say we're at 55,000, and then I would need a mower. So let's go up to, nope, wrong one. You need to be in here. Mowers. So I could get the cheapest one at 12,000. So that's something I could actually do technically right now. So basically I'd put this on the front, the loading wagon on the back, just drive around, pick it on up, put it in the silo bunker, compact it, and deliver it. I mean, the ideal setup would be... Well, the ideal setup, let's not get into that. Why is this one so expensive? 12.3 meters, 10 meters. Okay, so it's bigger. I haven't seen this one. I must have missed this mowing setup. I'm assuming this will put it into a swath like this one does as well. Maybe, I don't know. But the ideal setup would be the Bitcrone Big X. But that is going to be a ridiculous price for that. As I look, oh, it's down here. And it's $380,000 for that. It's a nice piece of equipment, but yeah, nothing we need. Anyways, I'm rambling on here. Who knows what we're going to have for money here come later in the year. But we are going to be spending a lot of cash here tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be harvesting the wheat. Mainly, and getting that into the silo bunker, because we are now down to, what do we drop down to on barley? Actually, I still got 17,000 liters of barley for the chickens, so that's not too bad. But yeah, the chickens will require more and more feed, because we're getting much more of them, and we'll be able to sell their eggs hopefully this fall and get a whole bunch of cash. Currently the price for eggs, let's see, eggs, there they are. We'll just say $12.50, and we are in the month of June, right? So November is the highest time usually, but currently the price, there's a bar going across here. I think that's the price here, so it can be a lot better. But by October, November, we should have, I don't know, 6,000 liters of eggs, something like that, which would bring us in like 12 grand. So That's not too bad. Chickens are doing fine. Greenhouse is doing fine. We are bringing in the cash here. And pretty soon, hopefully by next year, things will look a lot more different. Maybe more fields, maybe some more equipment here. But we're slowly building it on up. And I will get back to cutting down some trees in here because I got to prepare for, you know, maybe we'll have even some sheep next year as well. Because I think, like I just did the math there, the silage, that we can do that here pretty soon, I think. Maybe not this year because I got to plant the grass field, but, you know, in the near future. Anyways, like I said, I'm just rambling on. That's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.